Max as well. No, that definitely is not a meditation posture, Max. That's not a meditation posture. Can you see everyone else in the meeting, Max? Do you see your classmates, how they sit in meditation? Look at how they sit in meditation. Can you do that? Okay, that's a little better. But I think you'd appreciate if you have a little pillow below yourself. Oh, you have one. Oh no, you're serious. You need to have the pillow under your bum only and not under your legs. Okay, and see if you can keep your legs just like everyone else here. Not exactly. That's not exactly how they keep their legs. Can you be more careful and see how they keep their legs? Look at May, how she's keeping her legs. Look at May or Honey and Mo and Denza and Tiri. Tiri has a naked knees. I don't like that. Tiri, take some clothes. No, I don't like this. She needs to have some proper clothes. This is not okay. Max, you're still not sitting. Okay. Okay, nice. Finally, Max is now fine. Now we are waiting for Tiri.
I'm sorry, Shimja. Normally she has long pants on.
Emily, what's your plan? What are you going to do?
What?
Are you going to join us in meditation?
Yes.
Yes, I don't see your legs. I need to see your legs, hands, and face. They're hidden behind the background.
You need to take off your background.
Okay, that looks better. Okay, that's much better. There you go. So we are now waiting for Tiri. Seems like we are missing a lot of students today, right? We know about Zoe and Valentina. Anyone else is missing? Carter is missing, right? Carter and Sydney are missing.
Sydney and Carter are not here. And the little girl, I forgot her name. Yamon? I believe it's her name.
Yes, Yamona.
She's not here. Siri, the class is waiting for you.
Is Tiri at home or at her grandma's?
She's back, Shimja. Siri is at grandma's.
Alright, seems like we can start. So make sure your back is erect. And we will keep our side cast down so you see the floor in front of us. And we will make the first determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy. And we continue to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the head to be heavy. And we continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body, throughout the upper part of the body, to be heavy. Make sure your back is erect, and we relax. We allow the body to be the way it is. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be heavy, very heavy, so heavy. And we allow the body, all of that body, to be the way it is. We do not make any movement at all. We allow the body to be like a statue without any movement. And when the body is still like this, we don't need to worry that we will make any wrong movement. Why? Well, because we don't make any movement at all. And so we are free from worry. We allow the body to be the way it is. And we consider this peace that we have in the mind. And we can share that peace with other living beings. Make sure your back is erect. Check whether your back is erect. Very well. And we can share this peace with all other living beings in our room. So in our minds, voicelessly, we can wish, we allow all beings in our room, if they are big, small, visible or invisible, no problem, all of them, may they be as peaceful as I am right now. I get food to eat, I get clothes to clothe, I have a roof above my head, I have care, I am cared for by my parents. So I can wish all of these other beings to be at least as lucky as I am. So in our minds, without making any sound, only in our minds voicelessly, we can wish. May all beings in this room be in peace. May all beings in this room be in peace. And we can gradually expand our thoughts of loving kindness. May all beings in all of this building be in peace. May all beings of this village or city be in peace. Again, make sure your back is erect. Check your back and see if it is erect. Otherwise, you need to erect it back. Okay. And we continue. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings on this continent, in your case it is all of America, the North America and the South America as well. It's a huge part of land. In my case it's Europe. May all beings on this continent be in peace. May all beings on this planet be in peace. And now we don't make any more limits. May all beings, including me, be in peace. And we allow peace go everywhere. Everyone can have enough food to eat. Everyone can have clothes to warm themselves. Everyone can have roof above their head. I allow that. And I wish them that they have it. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, we will make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. Some of you are sitting very long time as you are waiting for others. Some of you are not sitting so long time. Max, did you also lean over the sofa during meditation? You're muted, Max. Yes. During meditation, please next time don't lean. If you lean, it doesn't count as meditation time. Okay? Alright. So, now let's move on to our chanting. So you can return to your devices or if whatever you like. And we will get to our 3 refuges and the 5 precepts. So please unmute everyone, and you can keep your hands together at the chest. Yes, Tenzan needs to unmute. Nice. Yamahang vadami tang vadetha. Very well. So now you will request me to give you the 3 refuges. That means the direction, the guide, the teacher. You have 3 teachers: the Buddha, the teaching of the Buddha, and the community of monks. Okay, so these are your 3 main teachers who show you how to be happy in this life and in the next life. And now you will request me to give you these 3 refuges, to remind you of your 3 refuges. So the request: Aham Bhante Tisaranena Saha pañcasīlaṃ dhammam yajami. Anuggaham katva sīlaṃ deta me bhante anukampam upadaya. Dutiyampi aham bhante tisaranena saha pañcasīlaṃ dhammam yajami. Anuggaham katva sīlaṃ deta me bhante anukampam upadaya. Tatiyampi aham bhante tisaranena saha pañcasīlaṃ dhammam yajami. Anuggaham katva sīlaṃ deta me bhante anukampam upadaya. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Saranagamanang paripunnang.
Amapanti.
Very well. So now going for the refuges is complete. And now come the first advice, the first guidance given by the Buddha, the Buddha's teachings, Dhamma, and the community of monks, Sangha. And that is to follow the 5 precepts. Alright? So if you follow the 5 precepts, that is the key to be happy and successful in this life and in the next life. Alright? So the first precept, the first rule, means I follow the rule of refraining. That means of avoiding killing living beings. Just a moment, I will make a little arrangement over here. And even a better arrangement. Okay. So you can repeat after me. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Panatipana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Try to recite in the speed in which I recite, so that you somehow, are similar in the recitation and finish at the same time. You start at the same time, you finish at the same time. So for that, you would have to recite the same speed as I'm reciting, okay? So let's try that with the second precept, which means I follow the rule of refraining from taking what is not given. It means we never steal. Adinādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Parani adana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
The third precept means I follow the rule of refraining from sexual misconduct. That means that we do not break families and we maintain relationships of others. Kame sumicchācara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kamesu miccāsara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
The fourth precept means I follow the rule of refraining from false speech. That means we never tell lies. Alright? So let's do that. Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Okay. The last precept means I follow the rule of refraining from drinking alcohol and taking drugs. All right. So we will separate it into two parts. Sura meraya majja pamadatthana.
Surameraya Japamadatana.
Okay, let's try that again. Sura meraya majja pamadatthana.
Surameraya Japamadatana.
Okay, seems like you're not catching up. So let's try even by smaller pieces. Sura meraya
Surameraya
majja pamadatthana.
Pamadatthana.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Very well. So now I will encourage you to protect these 3 refuges and to follow these 5 precepts very well and be mindful. Well, you decided to be mindful at the end of your meditation today, and now you're deciding to be mindful again. What is this thing, to be mindful? To be mindful is to know what's going on in your mind. To be mindful, what does that mean? To know what's going on in your mind. So if you're thinking to harm someone, you know it. If you're thinking to help someone, you know it. If you're thinking to break one of those rules, you know it. So you need to know what's going on in the mind. Well, if you know what's going on in the mind, then you can select whether you like that or not. Do you like what's your mind doing, or do you not like what's your mind doing? If you like what's your mind doing, then you continue. If you don't like it, then you stop it. So if your mind is thinking of killing or telling lies, well, then you stop it, because you notice, oh no, my mind is doing something wrong. I don't like that. But if your mind is thinking how to help another person, or how to be generous, how to support another person, then you think, oh, this is a good thought, I need to continue in this thinking. So if your mind is thinking how to harm someone, then you realize, hey, wait, this thought is not okay for me. I cannot think how to hurt or how to harm someone. So then you stop that thought. How can you do that? Well, because you are mindful, because you know it. If you don't know it, then you cannot stop it, right? So that's the point. So we are mindful, so we know what's going on in the mind, and then we can decide whether it will continue going on if it is good, and we stop it from going on if it is evil. So that's why we are mindful. So I'll encourage you to be mindful, and apart from also protecting the 3 refuges and following the 5 precepts, and you can then agree by the words ama bhante. So let's try that together. Tisaranena saddhing pañcasīlaṃ dhammang sadhukang surakkhitāṃ katva appamadena sampadethaṃ. Very well. And now I will wish you all to be happy, healthy, and to attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana. And you can agree by saying sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So let's try that together. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Yes, very well. All right. Yes, Emily has something to say?
So I didn't know how to send it still, because when I tried to log into Facebook, which of course my mom helped me, it said I was too young to get in.
Yes, that's why your mom needs to do that for you. Your mom needs to take your picture and send it there for you. Did your
How
mom
does
try
she
to do
send
that?
it?
Excuse me?
How does she send it?
As far as I know, we have their picture only from Lyric and Tenza. So Tenza, how did you do it?
Well, my mom took a picture of it, and the rest, like, she did the rest for me, but I don't know how she did it. But she said she had to do it on the computer. She couldn't do it on her phone.
Excuse me?
I mean, oh, she said that she took a picture and posted it on Facebook.
Yes, and that was successful. But that's all what we have. I will show you what we have at this moment. We have only 2 pictures.
I can show you my picture right now.
Well, I think it's better if you share it over there. But we will actually go through the story and everyone will have 1 week more. Because it was so far very unsuccessful. Because either the people didn't know the story or the people didn't get their drawing into the comments. Max is raising his hand.
So, I forgot, my mom forgot to do the Facebook thing. So, is it okay if we do it tomorrow?
Yes, I say you will have 1 week more. So, no problem at all. But it's good to do this as early as possible so that if you have problems, you can resolve them on time. So look at this. We have the story over here. And it's a long story. Long story. And then you have here a cute picture of an ogre. And then we have here 2 pictures from you and no one else. So, Emily, does your mom have her Facebook account?
Yes.
Yes. So she can do it like Mom Myake's like mom of Tenza, and then she will just come here to the comment, and she needs to click on this little camera picture, and then she needs to choose that file in the computer. Do you think? Yes. She can try it right now. Anyone else?
After this class.
She can try it after this class. If she tries now and has difficulties, I can help right away.
Okay.
Anyone else has a picture but couldn't upload it? Didi, did you draw a picture?
I drew a picture, but I didn't post it yet.
What was the difficulty?
It wasn't a difficulty, I just didn't do it yet.
Okay. If you post it, who will post it? Will you be the person to post it, or will your mom or dad post it?
I'm about to post these pictures if you can.
Okay. So what about to do it maybe like this, that Mawawa would take care of all those pictures? So everyone would just send the pictures to Mawawa, and then she would publish them. Would you have time and enthusiasm to do it? You would have basically 1 week for that. So anyone who would draw a picture, they would send it to Mawawa, to Mawawamye, and then Mawawamye would just upload them in Facebook, noting the name of the author. Would that be okay for Mawawa, or how do you feel about that?
Yes, I'm happy to help.
Yeah, you can do that. So everyone, if you have any difficulties to post the picture, then just ask your parents to send it to Mawawamye, and she'll post it for you. You need to mention who you are, your name, and then she will publish it there, and so you do not need to worry about how to do it. Emily has a question.
Can I do on my iPad?
Yes, you can draw. You mean the drawing?
Yes.
Yes, you can draw on your iPad. Very well.
I don't mean to draw on it. I mean to send it in
To
there.
Facebook, yes. You can draw on your iPad. You can send it on your iPad, as you like. Anyone has any more question about this? No question at all. Honey and Mo, did you make your drawing?
We was not there the other day.
But I have mentioned that in our Viber group, right? And I have also posted our video from our last class in our Viber group. Did you go? Did you watch the video from our last class?
Yes.
Yes. So then if you watched the video, then you were actually present at the class, right? Anyway, Honey and Mo, did you know that we have a group like this that we draw?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So do you plan to draw?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's a good yes. I want to hear. Do you know how to access the Facebook? Do you have the link, Honey and Mo?
I think so.
You think so? All right. So now you don't have your drawing. When do you plan to draw your? Did you already try to read the story, or did you not read the story yet, Honey and Mo?
We didn't read the story.
You haven't read the story, but do you know that the story is ready there?
Yes.
You know that the story is ready there. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm going to share that story with you, and I will do it the other way. Like previously, I thought we will meet, and then I will tell you that there is a story. Now we will do it the other way. I will actually share not only the link with you in here in Zoom. Here in Zoom. But I will actually go with you together through the story. So I will actually tell you the story anyway, so that everyone knows the story. Okay, so I'm sending you the link to the story. Is that right? Yes, that's the link to the story. And I will actually tell you the story myself. Yes, Didi wants to say something?
You sent it to everybody.
That's right, I sent it to everyone.
Do you mean to do that on purpose?
Yes, I meant it on purpose. I sent the link to the story to everyone because I wish that everyone has access to the story. Honey and Mo said that they maybe have access, they maybe have the link, so that's why I sent it, so that we are all sure everyone has it. Okay, so now let's look at the story. So this story is the first of 550 stories, about 550 stories. That's a lot of stories, about the Buddha from his past life. So what's a past life? Past life is a life that you had before you were born in this life. So think about it. Now you're 6 years old. Before you were 6 years old, if you are 50, some of you are 7, some of you are 8, 9 years old. Well, before that, if you are now 6 years old, then before that you were 5 years old, right? A year ago. Before that, you were 4 years old, right? Before you were 4 years old, you were 3 years old, right? Before you were 3 years old, you were 2 years old, right? Before you were 2 years old, you are 1 year old, right? Before you were 1 year old, you were born, right? You were 0. You just came out of your mom's belly. And before you were 0 years old, you were actually in your mom's belly. And before you were in your mom's belly, because you stayed in your mom's belly for about a year, maybe let's say 9 months, you were actually somewhere else, in a different life. And probably before you came to your mom's belly, you were somewhere else and you were 90 years old. Or maybe 85 years old. You died and then you were born in your mom's belly. And then gradually you grew after 6, 7, 8, 9 years until this what you are now. So this is your past. So I'm talking about your past life when you were living maybe 85 years, maybe 90 years. Who knows, maybe 20 years. I don't know at what age did you die your past life. And before that past life you had another life. And before that life you had another life. And another life. And another life. And another life. We cannot see the beginning. It is so many lives. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, gazillions of lives. Okay? And now we are looking at one of the Buddha's past life. That's life before he was born, in his last life. After the Buddha became the Buddha, he did not have any more life. He got free from lives. And the Buddha's teachings is on how to get free from lives, because the Buddha explains that there is a problem with having so many lives. There's a problem with having life and life and life and life and life. Anyone has an idea what's the problem? Did he has an idea?
I think a life has to at least have one bit of suffering in it, right?
Well, that's true, but there is even bigger problem.
Like you get hurt.
You may get hurt, yes, that's
your
right.
parents get bad in a way,
Okay.
or something like that.
Anything else is a problem about life?
Are you asking me or
No,
anyone?
everyone, yes. Yes, Emily?
You will get lots of sicknesses.
In some lives, definitely. Anything else? Did he?
If you weren't good in the other life, you might be born in hell or as an animal or some other bad life.
Excellent. That's exactly the answer I was waiting for. So, the problem of life is that sometimes it ends up in hell. The bigger problem is that it often ends up in hell. If it ended up in hell only very rarely, maybe it's not so bad. But it usually ends up in hell. If I take 10 candies, but one of the 10 candies is a piece of stone, would it make sense for you to eat all of the 10 candies because you enjoy the 9 candies, but you will also have to eat one stone? Not really. What if you have 5 candies and 5 stones? How clever would that be to eat it all? You cannot choose to eat one or another. That would not be clever, right? Now imagine that you have 1 candy and 9 stones. Would you enjoy that 1 candy if you had to eat all of the 10? Or would you rather say, no, I'm not going to have anything? Emily, would you rather have one candy and 9 stones, small stones, or would you rather say, no, I don't want to have anything?
I would rather have anything.
No, I'd rather have anything. No, there's no way. Either you have it all or nothing. So which one would you choose? If there were nothing would be better, right? Now imagine that you have 1,000 of stones and 1 is a candy. How clever that would be to eat all of those 1,000 stones and 1 candy just because you love that candy. And that's the problem of life. In life, you have 1,000,000 lives in hell and 1 life in the world of humans. It's not a good deal. It's not a good deal. So the Buddha came up and he says, hey guys, it's not a good deal. Let's back off. Let's leave from this deal. And the Buddha is teaching us the way how to get free from lives. Some lives are really, really pleasurable. Some lives are so much of suffering. But in the comparison of how many lives you have suffering and how many lives you enjoy pleasure, we could say that 1,000,000 lives you enjoy suffering and 1 life you suffer pleasure. Do you understand what I say? 1,000,000 lives you enjoy suffering and 1 life you suffer pleasure. Do you understand me? Why do you suffer pleasure? There is a problem. When you get the life of a human, life of a god, life of a Brahma, there still is suffering. Why is there suffering? Because you die. You are afraid of death before you die, and when you die, you suffer death. Even the life which is in the heaven is actually not 100% good. But life in hell is 100% bad. And there is also life among animals, and also there is life among ghosts. So the Buddha looked at the world, he looked at the reality, and he said, hey guys, let's go. This is no more a good deal for us. So now what we are going to talk about are the Buddha's past lives. That's before he became a Buddha. After he became a Buddha, that was his last life. And then when he passed away, he did not get born again. He was free from lives. Now he is free from lives. There is no more birth, old age, sickness, and death. There is no more life as a human, and no more life in hell as well. Okay, it is very difficult to accept it because now we are eating that 1 candy. When you eat that 1 candy and you do not see that 1,000,000 stones that are standing behind and waiting for you, well, it is very hard to accept that a stone is coming. But the stones are coming, and there is a problem with that. Someone was raising their hand. Who's that? Tiri?
If you're afraid of if someone's afraid of death, and then if And then if there's no more life, that means you're dead, right?
Actually, that's a difference. You are dead in two ways. You can die in two ways. One is die as a fool, and one is die as a wise person. Two different kinds of deaths. A fool dies when they think that it's a good idea to have another life. They think, oh, life is pleasure. That's like if you had this one candy, 1,000,000 stones were waiting for you, and you think, but the candy is pleasurable. After I eat that 1,000,000 stones, I will have another candy. Well, that's quite foolish, right? And a person who dies with this idea, hey, I want another life, maybe there will be another 1,000,000 lives suffering, but after 1,000,000 lives of suffering, after 1,000,000 lives in hell as an animal, as a ghost, I may get another life as a human. That's worth it for me. So that's a fool who dies. Then there's a wise man. The wise man, when he dies, he knows, but I don't want to have 1,000,000 stones. I've had this candy, but I don't want to have the 1,000,000 stones. To have another candy, you will have to eat that 1,000,000 stones. There's a problem with that. And the wise person accepts the fact. You cannot reject the fact, like you can play with it. You can say, close your eyes and think, no stones, but you will be eating them. Anyway, so this wise person understands, no, hey, I've had a candy here and I don't want to have a stone anymore. And therefore, I want to get free from this all. And the wise person, after he dies, he is not born again. He is freed from birth. Whatever starts, that ends. All suffering, all old age, sickness, and death are caused by birth. If someone gets free from birth, they will not suffer from old age, sickness, and death. Now you are born. There is no way out of old age, sickness, and death for any of you, and for me as well. We all will get old, ill, and dead. There is no way out of that. But we can get free from old age, sickness, and death if we prevent birth next life. And to do that, we must not die as fools. How do you not die as fools? Well, by achievement of enlightenment, by attaining the freedom from all greed, hatred, ignorance. How do you do that? Well, by following Eightfold Noble Path, which involves meditation on concentration and meditation on observing the body and the mind. It is really difficult. It is very difficult. It may take you 50 years. It may take you 70 years. It may take you one life to meditate, to get free from that foolishness. It may take you 2 lives, 3 lives, 10 lives to get free from the foolishness, even though you meditate and work very hard. But it's worth it. Some people take 10 minutes. Depends. If you already meditated, if you already worked very hard in your past lives, then this life it's easier. If you did not work hard the past lives, well then this life you will have to work a little bit harder. No problem. We have the method, we have the care, we have the knowledge. We just need to follow. So there are these 2 kinds of deaths. One is the death of a fool who doesn't care, who doesn't worry about the other 1,000,000 stones before he gets the other candy. And then there is the death of the wise person who realizes that the 1,000,000 stones are not worth that one candy. Okay, so this was a little introduction to past lives. So we have so many lives because we always died as fools. We always thought, hey, maybe it's actually worth it. And that's why we got another life. Now, let's look at one of the Buddha's previous life, where the Buddha led many followers. Now, these stories that I will be sending for you, they have two parts. These stories have two parts, and it's very good for you to understand what are these two parts about. So the first part is from the Buddha's life. This happened during the Buddha's life. This is a little paragraph. It happened during the Buddha's life. And then when you see these little suns, you see them? After these suns, we are talking about the past life. So be careful, they're different. Now, in the introduction, you learn what happened during the Buddha's time, during the last life of the Buddha. What happened? Well, one of the supporters of the Buddha came up with his 500 friends, and they became followers of the Buddha. But when the Buddha left, they stopped to follow the Buddha. They started to follow some other teachers who were not teaching according to the Buddha. When the Buddha came back, the Buddha taught them some more teachings of the Buddha, and they again became the students of the Buddha. And the Buddha left, and these people again stopped to follow the Buddha's advice, and instead they followed some other teachers. And like this, it happened 3 times. When the Buddha came, they followed the Buddha left, and then they followed someone else. And the Buddha explained that these guys were following a foolish teacher also in their past life. It's repeated mistake. But in the past life, when they followed a foolish teacher, they were destroyed. They were killed. So they should not follow a foolish teacher. They should follow the Buddha, so that they are not destroyed, so that they are not killed. So what was the mistake in their past life? Well, that you will learn from the story. Here starts the story. So in this story, we learned that there are 2 chief merchants. One is a fool, and one is a wise man. And this fool, he has many followers, and this wise man also has many followers. Well, the wise man is the Buddha to be. So here we learn that the fool, merchant chief, he took his followers and they were traveling into very far distant country to sell some things. Maybe pots, maybe gems, we don't know, maybe clothes. And where they would sell the clothes and the gems and the pots or whatever it is, they could sell it for a high price because it was very difficult to bring it there. And the problem is that to get to that distant country, you had to go through a wilderness where there is no water. So you had to carry your water in big carts so that you can drink water on the way and finally arrive in the distant country safely. But there is a problem. There were ogres. And these ogres, they are very dangerous beings. They love to eat human flesh. They like to devour humans. They find human flesh tasty. But they don't want to fight with humans, to eat them. So they had to find a trick how to get these humans to sleep so that the ogres can just kill them and eat. So these ogres, they talk to this foolish merchant in the middle way. They say, you know what, there is enough water on the way. You can throw off all your water reserves. And the foolish merchant believed them. So they threw all of their water reserves and they had no water. So before they could come to the distant country, they were tired, they didn't have water, so they had to take a rest. And they were exhausted, they didn't have energy. So it was easy for the ogres to come, kill them, and eat. Then when the wise chief of merchant came on the same journey, again the ogres came up to the wise chief of the merchants, and they say, you know what? There is enough water. Throw away your water. And he says, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. So he didn't throw away his water, and therefore they could safely, travel all the way, all the distance until the other country. They made a lot of money and they were very happy. So that's the story. And now your task is to read the story from the Facebook post and think about whatever you want to draw related to the story and share it with all of us. Yes, Tiri?
What was the ogre's next life after killing those many people?
Probably they were born in hell. Yes, Tenzan?
I just realized with my drawing, so I thought they ended up like there's this weird forest in the middle of the desert, and I thought they reached there, so I put like a bunch of trees, but now I realized that it was still a desert and there's no random forest in the middle of nowhere.
Actually, there probably was a forest. I also imagine it as a forest. There's something probably said about trees or forest or jungle.
Like, when they where did they get the water lilies, or where did they get the?
That's right. They're just illusion. Yes, just illusion. The ogres. It was just an illusion. Truth is that if there is no water, you cannot have a forest, right? Because forest is dependent on water. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was still a desert. You can draw a desert if you imagine a desert. I imagine a forest. But it's true that to have a tree, you will need some water, on the tree so that it can grow. But there is no water at all.
I also remember in the story it said that the foolish merchant would eat all the bitter grass because he went first, and then the wise merchant would get all the sweet grass. But where did the grass come from?
Yeah, that's a long journey, When you have a long journey, you have to pass different places. So probably one part of the journey was a desert, one part of the journey was a lush meadow. So you would have to pass a certain meadow so that you could get to the real bad part of the wilderness. And then maybe you would have to pass another kind of lush meadow, and then you would arrive at the country. So definitely this was a journey that would not take a few days. It was a journey for months or even years. And that means like traveling every day. Can you imagine just walking on your feet every day for months and maybe years until you get to the place?
500 carts with you.
Yes, they had 500 carts, so they also had to drag those carts. So it's not just like walking and having fun, You have to carry heavy things. Yes, Tiri?
Is there anything worse than hell?
The Buddha says that even worse than hell is ignorance. But you will not get into hell without ignorance. So the worst thing in this world is to not understand the Four Noble Truths. What are the Four Noble Truths? That there is suffering. The cause of suffering is craving. Without craving, there is no suffering. And the path to get free from craving is the Eightfold Noble Path. We still did not learn too much about Eightfold Noble Path because that's the most difficult and the most complicated teaching of the Buddha. But that is also the only way how you can get free from suffering. Yes, Emily?
So for the drawing thing, do you have to log in first so that you can send drawing in?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because every time I click something, it says log in, log in, log in.
Yes, it's better for you to log in and post it after you're logged in. Alright, so today we went through pretty difficult part of the Buddha's teachings. So you need to enjoy this life, but be careful because this is one candy apart from 1,000,000 stones. So you need to cherish this life. You need to be kind to everyone. You need to do good things. If you do good things, if you follow the 5 precepts, if you follow the Buddha's teachings, there is a possibility that after this candy comes another candy, but it's not common. It's much better to get free from this candy gamble, right? Because it's more common that people go to hell than that they get another human life or another heaven life. It's actually very rare. Some people, it is possible for people to get human life, another human life, another human life, then heaven, 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 and then hell, 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 hell. You never know. How does that happen? You do not go just for hell. You do not go to hell just because of fun, because it's fun. No. You always go to hell or animal realm or ghost realm because you did something bad. Now, there are 2 ways how you could do something bad. Either you did it already in the past, or you will do it in the future. And we do not know what we did in the past. So we don't know whether there is something in the past that will throw us into hell for the next life. That's the problem. So even if you are very good and you all do all good things, still there is always a probability, a possibility that you may go to hell. Even if you are the best person in this world. But you increase your chances. You increase the probability. You get higher possibility that next life will be again a candy if you are a good person in this life. Well, if you are an evil person and you kill, steal, break families, tell lies, take drugs, well, then you increase the probability that you will be born in hell. Right? And people usually don't know about 5 precepts. They don't take 5 precepts. They're like, what? But I need to tell lies sometimes. What? But I need to steal sometimes. I need to drink alcohol sometimes. Well, you need that. I understand it, but get ready next life. You will get a stone. Yes, Tiri?
I forget. Never mind. I forget.
No problem.
Oh,
Yes?
but is it like a wheel where you spin it, you might have a chance to get something?
Not exactly. Not exactly. Because you actually can do good deeds and you can increase your chance to have another candy next life.
Oh,
So you can increase the chance. The wheel is void of that. There is no way how you can make any probability. No, you never know with a wheel. But in life you do. In life you can do something. The problem is that now you can be a good person because now you're lucky to know the teachings. Therefore, next life you may be born in heaven. You will know that teachings. The other life you will also know that teachings. The other life you may get again human life and again you will know that teachings. But the other life, somehow you may be unlucky and you do not know that teachings, and you happen to do something bad, sorry, and you fall down.
Oh, I remember the other thing I was going to say. So my friend said I had to lie for a friend, because earlier she blamed... Okay, I think... So someone asked if she farted, and then she lied and said her friend farted, and then next... I forgot, never mind. But that was still a lie. And then I think that my friend's friend asked if she lied. I think she lied again. I'm not sure. I don't remember completely.
Yeah, well, from my point of view, it doesn't sound to be a problem if you tell someone that that you farted if you farted. But in your community, of course, there are a little bit different rules. But you can be silent without saying anything if you come into this problem. But you can say that farting is part of our human nature, and therefore we should not be shy about that.
Yes.
And also, if you do not fart when you have to fart, well, you can be ill. And you can say, you know what, guys, I don't want to be ill. You want to be ill, enjoy that, but I want to be healthy. Do you know that, Thiri, do you know that there are people who, because they don't fart, they go to hospital because they get ill, just because they don't fart? Be careful about that.
I didn't know they go. What I meant is my friend. Well, I didn't know that they go to hospital.
No, your friends certainly not. But old adult people, when they are afraid to fart because someone could be thinking bad about them, well, then they get actually ill. Even famous people do that. Even famous people, they're afraid that someone could hear this or someone could smell this, so they try to, keep it in their bodies.
I meant my friend lied and then lied again.
Yeah, when you lie one time, you're done. You need to lie again and again and again and again. There's no way out of that.
And then Alexa told me about this. That's how I came to know in the first place. But I think she wants to keep it a secret.
But you already told us her name.
I'm not good at keeping secrets, okay? And
You're not.
my mom said it would be a lie to keep a secret anyway.
No, it's not. It's not a lie to keep a secret. Actually, you always keep a secret for your friend. But if someone happens to ask you the question, you either avoid answering that question or you don't answer that question. But it's not a lie to keep a secret. If you have a good friend, you always keep a secret for your friend. That's the way how you will find your friend. Your friend is the one who will keep secret for you. And you are a good friend if you can keep secret for your friend. So remember that. That's the Buddha's teachings, by the way. The Buddha decided that. The Buddha said, you are a good friend of another person if you can keep their secret. And the other person is your good friend if they can keep your secret. So according to that, you can find who's a good friend and who's not. Yes, Tenza?
It's kind of like how you said, like, you don't answer or you don't say anything.
Yes, that's right.
Or you ask the question again.
You can try to explain why the truth actually would not be bad, But if you break the 5 precepts, then you need to be honest, You need to say, hey, it's true, I told a lie. It's true, I stole. It's true, I killed this animal or this insect. In these cases, you always need to say truth. But if it's something like this, like about farting, then you need to have knowledge. You need to know, hey, farting is actually healthy and not farting is not healthy. So when someone is accusing you of farting, then you have to say, well, I want to be healthy. You want me to be ill, then you're not a good friend. You're not a good person. You know what I mean? So you not always the truth that you're afraid of is actually bad. Maybe actually it's good, and you should stand by that truth. You know, and you should explain to the other person that when they want to blame you for the truth, that they are actually wrong and you are the right person for doing that thing what you did. Again, if it is not breaking the 5 rules. Okay, any more question? Yes, Didi?
Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Never mind. But my friend did break a rule. Well, now that he said she did break a rule, now the rest makes sense. And she's not a Buddhist.
Most of the people are not Buddhists. Always expect that most of the people in their next life anyway will go to hell. That's the way how it works. I told you, 1 candy, 1 million rocks.
The other time you said stones, but it's the same thing.
Now I say rocks because I think it's more natural, right? Would you say rocks or would you say stones? You'd say rocks, right? Denza, what would you say? Would you say candies and rocks, or would you say candies and stones? Little stones, little rocks.
There's sticks and stones, but that's different from candies and stones. I think candies and rocks just sounds better. I don't know.
Sounds
why.
better, yes. I was thinking that too. Nice. So thank you everyone for coming. I hope you enjoyed today. Very extraordinary class. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana.
Goodbye, Venerable Sir.